in our series here at DCS. My name is Ben Reese. I'll be your moderator today. Today's event is What's New? QDM 2025. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you of a couple upcoming events. As I mentioned, we have one more part in our series. It is the What's New for 3DCS version 8.2, part 2. This has been moved, as you know, from October 23rd to November 13th. So please note the new date, and we hope to see you there. In addition, just coming up next week, we have the NIAR Metrology and Motion event. This will be held in Kansas at the Wichita State University campus and will include a number of hands-on demonstrations, presentations, guided tours, one-on-one sessions that include QDM, 3DCS, number of different metrology devices, as well as metrologic software. It's a great chance to get your hands on the software and the tools themselves, and to get new employees and colleagues introduced to these products. The event is free, so if you're interested in attending, would like to be a last-minute join to the event, just let me know. You can do so through the survey at the end of today's event, or you can message me by replying to tomorrow's email or through our website on the Contact Us forms. We hope that you'll be able to join us at this event. It's looking to be an incredible learning opportunity. Throughout today's event, you can use your interface to ask questions. As I mentioned, there is a survey at the end. Please take a moment to fill out the survey. It is only 3 questions. We just want to get your input for upcoming topics, as well as any questions we might have missed today that you still have. If possible, use your computer speakers to listen to today's presentation. You'll get the best audio that way. If you experience audio problems, switch your audio to the phone option and then back to the computer. This will reconnect you to the audio server and will clear up the majority of issues which come from connection. Today's session is being recorded, and a recording of the session will be provided to you tomorrow, along with some additional content links, including the previous webinars from this series. Additionally, we include links based on the questions we get throughout the webinar, so please make sure to ask any questions you have, as it will allow us to understand what best to send you afterwards. After today's session, please share that recording with your colleagues and your teammates. You're free to share that email with as many of your colleagues as you like. Please join our next webinar on November 13th. We'd like to see you there. And of course, if you'd like to stay up to date on upcoming webinars and events from DCS and Metrologic, join our newsletter. You can do that straight from our website under the Connect drop-down menu. You see it'll say Join Newsletter. Our presenter today is Bonton Fidelis, a member of our QDM team and an application engineer here at DCS. All right, at this time, I'll be passing the presentation over to Bonton. He'll take it from here.
Bonton Fidelis. I'm the application engineer for QDM suite of products. I'll be presenting you today's webinar. So let's go through the agenda for today's webinar. That was a quick introduction of me. We have QDM Analyst latest release, which was released in 2025. And we have a QDMWEB QI latest version. I'll be going through the 3 features that we have for QDM Analyst latest version, and then another 3 features for the QDMWEB QI version. So the first 3 features of QDM Analyst would be a template wizard using a baseline configuration that we have. We have a docked layout for enhanced chart and report managements. We have also introduced a box whisker plot so that we can visualize the data much more easily for large sets of data. And from the QDMWEB QY point of view, we have a visual data entry now, which will be really beneficial for data entries. We have smart manufacturing with visual dashboards. We also have a color map scan comparison when you can compare two color maps side by side. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A session as well. Now, going right into the QDM Analyst software. So in this version, we have the template wizard using the baseline configuration. So what it does is the user can have a predefined template with some settings, layouts, their logos, their preferred style of fonts. And then we also have this step-by-step wizard, which goes through the setup. If you have a CAD and if you have a data file, you can easily set up this template within a matter of few seconds, which I'm going to show you. What it does is the final output is it's fully aligned with the template rules, and also it reduces the need for it reduces the time to create a template. So having said that, let me quickly go into the software. So this is our latest release that we have, and over here we have this template wizard option where I can quickly click, and now it brings up the template wizard. So now we have an existing start template that we have. You can also import your own template if you want, but now I can quickly click next, and I can give a project title. I'm going to give it as QDM Webinar 2025, and I want to import graphics. So over here, I am going to choose this broadcasting part that I have, and I'm going to click import data, and I have this broadcasting data file which can be imported. So now this data file can be any file that's coming out of your CMM system. I can click open. So now I have the CAD file and the data file. I can quickly click next. Now, what type of charts that I want? So I can quickly say, you know what, I'm interested in the composite chart. I can also sort data. So let's say how many charts do you want? You can say like 5, 10. For this demo, I'm just going to click 2, and then also click ergonomically layout charts on report pages. So I can click finish, and now within a matter of a couple of minutes, I have created a baseline template that can be used as a means to do their analysis in the QDMWEB QI system, right? So it's a very simple tool, very intuitive tool. Like with your CAD and with your data file, you can quickly generate this template within a matter of few minutes. So it probably hardly took me like a couple of minutes to create this report. So it also reduces your template creation time into like it cuts your template creation time to like 60 to 70%, and you can then do all kinds of fancy things from this reports if you want. So now going back to our webinar. So this is the first thing that I wanted to show you. Now the next thing that we have is we have a dock layout for enhanced chart and report managements. So what this dock layout means, right? So now I can have a layout which is docked on the left side of my screen, and then I can also click a chart and then work on that chart simultaneously, right? So meaning, let's say if I have like 10 charts that I'm clicking, you don't have to close the screen, see if the report is fine, and then you have to go back and open the screen again. So now what in this latest version, what we have done is we have created a docked report. So I can click edit chart page, and I can click add view chart. You see how the layout is docked on the left side. So now I can click the add view charts. I can say add all shown charts, and let's say, you know what, I have these two charts that is in the second page that I would want in my first page over here. So I'm just going to click keep selected, and I'm going to say add this to the first graph page. Okay, and I can click apply. So what it did is it moved these charts here since it's on top of each other. So you see, I'm working on the left side, but I can also see the results on the right side. So that's the real benefit of having docked layouts, right? Like, so it's easy for a user to see what they do. I mean, the actions on the left-hand side, and then the output would be on the right-hand side. So that's beneficial from a user's perspective. So I can click OK. We also have this edit report in our report navigation page. So let's say if I have some data that I want to analyze. So let's say I'm interested in this diameter feature. Oh, my CP and CPK is really good. But then if you notice, my diameter 10 feature has a CP and CPK of 0.96. So it also tells me where that report or where that feature is. I can quickly go to page number 3. So let's say so I'm go to page number 3, and then I have that chart over here. So you can quickly look at the run charts as well. So this would also reduce your time of analyzing the data. So I can quickly see the report navigation page, see where that chart is, and I can quickly go to the chart and look at the run report as well. So this is the second feature that we have introduced in this latest version of QDM Analyst. Now, the third feature that I want to talk to you about would be the visualizing the data distribution with box and whisker plot. So we have this composite chart before, but now we have also introduced the box and whisker plot for large amounts of data. So let's say if you have 100 samples and if you want to view that visually, run chart would be interesting, but then sometimes it's too much for user to analyze. So box and whisker plot would be easier to view the spread, the median, and the outliers instantaneously, right? Like it gives that information very quickly, right? And it's also easy to integrate with other chart types as well. When you look at a report, it enhances the readability as well. So it's a very good feature, or a very good feature to have for a quality engineer in their realm of tools. So let me go back to QDM Analyst software. I'm going to quickly close this. And let's say if I want to have this 2 charts. So instead of a run chart over here, I want to change it to chart settings. I want to change it to a box whisker plot. I can go to composite chart, and now we have this option of a box whisker plot. You can display it as horizontal if you want. So let's say I'm just going to do it as vertical, but let's say if you're interested in a horizontal feature, you can do that as well. So now I have a box whisker plot, which in this case, I have only 30 samples, but let's say if you had 100 or 200 samples that you want to quickly analyze, this box and whisker plot would be a very useful tool from an engineer's standpoint. So just to give a recap of what we saw in QDM Analyst. So we have the template wizard. If you have a CAD, if you have a data file, you can quickly create a template within a matter of minutes, and then you can upload that into our QDMWEB QI system. So that's the first feature. The second feature is the docked feature that you saw. So over here, we have this docked feature. So on the left-hand side, it's basically kind of the input. You work on the charts that you want to see on the right side, and the output is also displayed instantaneously, right? So that's the second feature. The third feature that we have here is the visualization of box and whisker plot, right? So we've introduced this box and whisker plot within composite charts. We also have 2 options of vertical as well as horizontal layout, depending upon the user. So these are the new features that I wanted to touch base with respect to the QDM Analyst software. The next slide would be with respect to the visual data entry for smarter manufacturing operations. So this is a new feature that we have in the QDM QI system. So basically what it does is, if you have a template and if you have a features associated, the template the software will guide the operator to go from one feature to another feature with more visually, right? Like instead of typing in the feature in an Excel-based format, it just shows you like which feature you have to measure. And let's say if you also have like a gauge, like a digital gauge that's connected to your system, it records that feature as well. So what's the use of this from a customer's point of view? Is like it's easier to train an operator who's like a new operator or an existing operator. You can easily say, you know what, just go to the station, and then you can quickly show an interactive, almost like an interactive training material for the user, right? And also the interface can be tailored according to your needs, right? So that's the key here. So let's say if I want to have just 3 features, you can have just 3 features. And then if you want to have like 10 features in a page, you can also have. So again, it's up to you, and you can update the CAD and the pictures according to your needs. So let me show you this example. Let me go to the QDM Web UI system. I'm going to quickly select this block manual from my favorites page. I'm going to select the existing 14 data that I have. And over here, I'm going to click Generate Report. So now, let us see the report first, right? So now I have this report with just 4 features. So we have 4 holes, and we are measuring the diameter. So now, for example, let's say I measure this part in a plant floor or in a shop floor where I have 4 holes, and the user or the operator has like a gauge to measure these 4 holes. So, but then he wants to know like, okay, which hole should I measure first, and what do these holes correspond to? Because you don't want to measure hole 4 and then put it in hole 1, right? So over here we have this enter data entry mode. So I can click this. So now over here I have the operator. So in this case, it's the ABC_admin. But let's say if you have an operator account, it will show the operator account's name. I can type in the operator name. So let's say I'm going to type in Ben and confirm. And Ben is working in shift 2. And I can confirm, and I can click this data entry mode. So, okay. So in this case, we have a 25. So let's say I want to type in the JSON as October 2025. So I can click data entry. So now what it did is it has the list of 4 features, but also if you notice on the right side, I have a red box, so which indicates, hey, you know what, you have to measure this hole first. So let's say if I don't have a gauge that's associated or that's connected to the laptop, I can measure the gauge first. I mean, I can measure the part using a gauge and then type in hole 1. So in this case, let's say if it passed, I can just simply type in pass, or you can also type in the information. So I'm going to go to the next measure, click the next measure option. And now what it did is it went to the next feature over here. So now I have to measure this hole. Okay, so I have to measure this hole. As an operator, I'm going to go into the plant floor, measure it, and then I can use a laptop or an iPad from there. And then let's say if this feature failed, I can quickly say fail. But let's say if I'm interested in just typing in the feature, I can just type in 6.6. And you can also skip and then come back and type in. But let's say if I just want to have type some feature here, I'm just going to type a number and click submit sample. So now what it did is it's submitting the sample that was entered into the system. So now what we can do is we can quickly see, we can close this. Yeah, close this. We can come back. We have to change because the timing would have changed. So now let's say I can go here and I see the bend over here. Let's say if I just type, maybe just change the time to something very recent. Let's say I go here 10. type in, for instance, or let me put it. Select the data here, report here. I can see that data that's entered into the system as well. So this is a quick and easy way for the user to input the data into the shop floor. So let's say if an operator is inputting their data in the shop floor, the quality engineer wants to see the data instantaneously. They can view the data from a different place. Let's say if they are like in a lab, they can look at the data in a different place and view the data instantaneously. Or they can also have this report embedded like in a big screen, and then whenever a new data is measured, they can instantly see what's going on. So that's the second feature, or the first feature that I wanted to show you with respect to visual data entry for smarter manufacturing operations. So the next one is what we have as visual dashboards. So what visual dashboard does is it's a more or less like an interactive navigation for QDM tools and reports. So you can have an image. So let's say, for instance, I have a 2D CAD image of a car, and if I want to map the door, the hood, the windshields, the hoods to their respective inspection programs in the system, I can definitely do that with respect to a 2D image. So what is the use case, or what is the use of it, right? So it has all the quality data resources in one visual hub. So that's one thing. Also, it's from a user experience, you don't have to click, or you don't have to drill down into 3 different inspection programs. It takes time as well, so it reduces the time. So now it also, what it does is, like within one image, I have 10 inspection programs. I can quickly go to that image and then click each inspection program. It definitely reduces the time spent like searching for quality data across platforms. So the user doesn't have to come in and type in each hood assembly, a liftgate assembly, or a door assembly, right? Like they can just click an image, and then we can have 3 different links associated to that particular image. So in order to show this demo, I'm going to click here, login. When we have this homepage option, where we have this dashboard over here. So let's say, so in this case, I have like a MBK assembly, which is a casting part. We have a mouse assembly. We have this car, 2 car assembly. So it can be used for any image, right? Like that's the key over here. So now I can click the image over here. And let's say if I'm the engineer, or let's say if I'm the closures engineer, so I'm interested in my door, I'm interested in my hood, I'm interested. So let's say if there are like 2 or 3 engineers working in this particular program, they can have other links to this part as well. So let's say if I am the closures engineer, so I'm the closures engineer, I come over here, I'm interested in this door assembly, I can click it, and now what it does is it goes to that particular inspection program here. So for this particular door, I'm always interested in the scans, right? So I can quickly see what the report is from this page here. And then let's say I have like 5 different scans in this particular module. I can quickly go through each sample at a time, right? Like that's one way of analyzing. So over here as a closures engineer, okay, I click the door assembly, and then I was able to view the scans. Okay, so now the next use case, right? Like I'm quality engineer too, right? Like I come over here, hey, you know what? I'm responsible for the hood assembly, right? So I just want to see the data. So the second user can come into the same page, click the hood assembly, and now it goes to the hood assembly part, right? So if you notice, right, like I didn't have to drill down to a specific inspection program. It's the same image, it's intuitive. You can click the image and it goes to 2 different pages from the same image. So that's the key over here. So now as a hood assembly, I'm the engineer of the hood assembly, I can quickly click the points that I'm interested in. I'm interested in this particular sample. I can quickly view the CAD over here. Looks like my features are all within spec. So as a quality engineer or a dimensional engineer, I'm happy about it, right? So it reduces their analysis time, or reduces their time to need to search for quality data across systems. It's and also all these images are tailor-made, right? Like it's custom made for a user. So let's say it can be a CAD, or let's say if you are if you really wanted like a real image of a car, or of a space, of a rocket ship, it's again up to you, right? Like the images can be endless, right? Like you can do whatever image that you want, and it's all hosted within our QDMWEB QI system. So that's the second feature that we wanted to show you, the smart manufacturing using visualized dashboards. Now the third feature, which is the last feature, is the advanced surface analysis which we have. So we can compare color map scan. So let's say if you have a color map scan and you want to analyze this color map scan in a browser-based environment, right? Like that's a key over here. And also, let's say if you have two color maps, one which was done before like a die cut and one was done after die cut, you want to compare how the die cut has changed these spots, right? So that's another thing that you want to compare. And also the third thing that you want to compare is, let's say if I have a scan and if I have a CMM data, can I compare those two data side by side and do some kind of correlation, right? So that's the third feature that I'm going to show you in this particular surface analysis. So having said that, let me go into the software and show you that feature. So for this one, I'm gonna click the, sorry, let me go here. I am going to click quality scan. So now I'm just going to type in door. I'm gonna use this. Okay, so in this compare views option. Okay, so now, as I said, right? So let's say on the left side, I want a before die chain sample, and on the right side, I want a after die chain sample. So I'm going to select these two. So now, in the same screen, I have two samples that I can compare, right? So let's say, you know what, I have this before die change. I'm interested in these door handle parts. I can quickly select all these 4 points. But now I want the exact same 4 points on the right side, right? So that's, and also the same view. So what I can do is I can quickly select this sync from left to right option. And what it did is it chose the exact same 4 points. So now over here, I have these 4 points that I have. And let's say if I'm interested in these views here, and if I, in this particular view, and if I want the exact same on the right side, I can click this button and then it goes to the exact same view as well. So you can add points as well, and then click this button and then it goes to that particular view, and we can also see the exact same points. So this again is helpful for a dimensional engineer standpoint of comparing the scans, of doing some kind of root cause analysis with respect to like a dual cut or a tool cut change, or also they can use it for any trim changes or anything that they want, if they want to compare like if they want to do like a before and an after. So that's one thing that you want to do. The second thing is, let's say if I want to compare this report, so let's say I'm going to remove these points. So I have a couple of points here, but now instead of comparing it to a scan, I'm going to select feature here. So let's say, or let's say a report here. So let's say if I have the right edge report here, and if I want to compare the points, I can quickly compare the points between these two. So I don't know why it's not showing, but let's say put the trends report, right edge report here, and select a couple of points. Okay, so select a couple of edges here. And select okay. So now I have this view here. So let's say have an after die change sample that I want to compare, and also a report. So let's say the right edge report. So now I have these two features. I want to compare these two. Okay, so let's say if I want to compare these 2 points. So roughly you can do a correlation between 2 different systems that was associated. So if you notice, right, my mean is roughly around, this is like 0.28, and over here it's also like 0.20, right? So in some level, with some level of confidence, you can say the measurement systems are almost the same. It's measuring the same across 2 different systems. So this is a quick and easy way of doing a correlation between 2 different systems. So these are the 3 features that I wanted to show you. So to summarize this webinar with respect to the QDM QI system, the first feature that I showed you was a data entry using a visual way of entering the data. The second feature that I showed you was a smart way of visual dashboards where you can navigate to different inspection programs from one image. The third one is the comparing color map scans, where you can compare 2 different parts, do like a before die cut and an after die cut change. So these are the 3 features to summarize with respect to the QDMWEB QI system that we have. We also have other features that was added to these 2 softwares. So yeah, if you're interested, we can have another webinar session as well. So I think that's all we had for this QDMWEB webinar. So Ben, I think we have a few more minutes to take some Q&A.
All right, thank you, Bantan. I appreciate that. I still have you. Good. We have a couple of questions that have come in, so we'll take this time for a quick Q&A before we wrap up. All right, so look through the questions. There's one. I'd like to move to the top. I think this is a good point. Where is the latest version of QDM Analyst, and how do I gain access to it?
So our existing customers can contact their respective application engineers, and the application engineer would send them like a link where they can download the latest version of QDM Analyst.
Thank you. If you are having trouble finding the contact information, you can always contact us through our website using the contact us forms or the support request to get a hold of the team to get the latest version as well. All right, so let's move along. I'll start at the top. I'm a current customer with QDM. How do I get the visual color map?
So the visual color map is an add-on module called the quality scan, which again, if you can contact your application engineer, they should be able to help you out and give you some kind of training as well in order to get that visual color map that I showed you.
All right. So on the box whisker, oh, here it is. Okay. The box whisker plots were showing CP and CPK. We use different metrics. How do are there other metrics available?
Yeah, that's a good question. So yes, we have different metrics. So like for instance, some of our customers use PP and PPK. So yes, there are different options in our software to toggle between these different metrics.
All right. Okay, here we go. We don't have the CAD files for our reporting. What can I use instead for reporting or dashboards or the visual entry? I think they're referring to the debt entry portal.
So again, great question. So you don't necessarily require CAD. We have some customers where they don't really use the CAD. You can just take like screenshots or screen grabs of pictures or screen grabs of GD&T and just put it in, and then you can map that GD&T to a specific chart type. So it's good to have a CAD, but if you don't have a CAD, that's not a problem at all. We can work with 2D images or any GD&T images that you have with your company.
Okay, sounds good. I believe that's all the main questions I have here. All right, if you have any other questions you'd like to submit before we wrap up, this would be a great time to send them in. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap things up. All right, doesn't look like we have additional questions. Wonderful. Well, then we can wrap things up a little early today. I want to thank everyone for joining us for this session of our fall webinar series. And we hope to see you at the next session on November 13th. And remember to take a moment to complete the survey after the webinar closes down. If you have any further questions, you can reply to the email you'll get tomorrow with the recording, as well as using the Contact Us form on our website at 3dcs.com. All right, thank you again, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Bantan, for your time today. We appreciate it very much. We hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. At this time, I'll be closing the webinar down.